And of all of the children in the world that UNICEF strives to help, the most vulnerable and those most often left behind are children with disabilities.
At the age of 6, I was at home and I watched the first telethon that was supporting children suffering from famine in Africa. And this was something that was just wrong to me. I didn't understand why the solution wasn't so simple as just sending over some of our dinner to help these hungry kids. And so I cut out a hole in a shoebox and went around collecting coins so I could sponsor my first child. It was at a very young age that I understood that there was always someone who was worse off than I was, that someone was suffering, and therefore we had to help them. I worked for the United Nations World Food Program. It was my first international post in 2001. Also, the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, I served for 7 years in 7 different countries. Still work as a spokesperson for UNICEF, but I'm also serving Agape, the National Charity League, Chastain Horse Park, and organizations such as No Barriers. The organization that had the most impact for me was UNICEF. Its mission is not only to help children survive, but also thrive. And through my work with UNICEF and becoming a disability focal point, I found my calling. As a woman living with a disability, being an example, whether it's in the workplace or society in general, as someone who is reaching out to others, not only to raise awareness about other women with disabilities, but opportunities for people without disabilities to support each other, I think this is very important. And I think as a woman, we bring a human touch, a very caring and nurturing touch to that very important work. I used to be a dancer and started having falls that we couldn't explain. At the age of 30, I was diagnosed with a rare type of muscular dystrophy that infects my entire body from head to toe. The muscles are dying. But this, for everything that it's taken away from me, my dancing, the ability to have children, it has given me back tenfold in a new perspective, and not only how to appreciate life, but also to understand the barriers that so many millions of people around the world face themselves. I am most inspired by the children and the mothers with disabilities who I have met in about the 10 different countries that I've worked with around the world. Not only are they dealing with the barriers of stigma, discrimination, or physical barriers that they're faced with every day because of their impairment, they're faced with the suffering and destitution of poverty. But you see in their faces a resilience and perseverance that I can only strive to have every single day to get through my own life. The most rewarding part of my life in working for children and with children is seeing a child go to school, finish school, and make something of themselves. Having a mother come and thank us so that she's able to better provide for her children with dignity. It's me seeing a child with a disability want to go and play and run, or it's seeing a woman herself having the confidence to go and make a change for herself and her family. Well, if I had to create a legacy, it would be one of selflessness, one of service. I would hope to be remembered as someone who, through their own example in their own life, made a difference for other people in the world. I am a driving force for vulnerable and marginalized children.